So, hi everyone. So if you're new to me, my name's Claire, it's no crystal. I'm a medium, shaman, healer. So healing, light codes, Reiki, shamanic healing is weaved in everything I do. As well as being a counsellor and a coach, so where that applies, oh god, I can't even speak. I go on about boundaries and stuff like that. Right, so sending cleansing sage vibes your way. Well, that's funny. There be no bad things on the way. So yeah, I don't know how long this is going to be, but we'll just go with the flow. It's Pisces moon. Pisces moon's always extremely intense for me with where it is in my chart. It's extremely, I don't know, extremely intense, but it's overwhelming for most people because it's the 12th house energy that, if you're not new around here, you'll know is my favourite. Oh, yep, and they're pulling me cards. It would be good for, it's, you know, the house of the undoing, as they call it, the house of self-sabotage. It's of your deepest fears, but it's also your deepest desires. So I'm shuffling the surrender cards because that's really all you can do in a Pisces moon. They can, what's on the bottom? Surrender a prayer. That's Pisces moon too. We'll take it. It's it can be a very confusing time, Pisces moon. Because it's confusion and illusion. Again, Pisces is also unconditional love, soulmates, definitely twin flame stuff. Because of the deep, I would say, because of the deepest fears and the deepest desires, and your twin flame brings up all of that as it gets to 144. It's like, you know, it's like that desire that you want more than anything. But with twin flames, in a lot of people's cases, it's, you know, you don't tell anyone. Again, obviously, some people do, like the people that talk about it, like me, and blah blah blah. Anyway, so this is all the stuff that can come up, and because people are in a dark night of soul, again, I really do feel, I felt like, and I can't believe that was a month ago now, but I particularly felt about a month ago, roughly, I felt that a lot of the dark, a lot of the dark, well there you go, there's no mistakes here, I felt a lot of the divine masculines were particularly going through quite a dark time, and then I got loads of confirmation of that through obviously helping the collective divine masculine. So it could be same old again, that it's a challenging time. Now remember, Pisces moon is about, it's like I say, it's mystical, magical, it's unconditional love, it's kindness, it's hashtag all the feels. But if you're feeling overwhelmed by your feelings, which many people are, it's part of the dark night of soul. What's on the bottom? Detach. That's what divine feminines need to do. Strengthening bonds. This is about basically, because look what's behind. Oh yeah, look, manifesting. See, this is about twin flame unions are manifested. 9 is endings. And today's 27th, 2 and 7 adds up to 9, and that's the Emperor card. So they're just, look, simply love, and they're just giving you a kind of peek into stuff is happening. And that's actually the 6 of Cups. I also think it's kind of random. It's like a dad and a son. So it might be significant about a dad and a son, father and a daughter, father and a son, mother, something like that, you know. But it's, no, I would say males, but whatever. Put them there. But yeah, that's about, if you're divine feminine, it's really important to detach right now, like clear your energy. Because look, right, so the story behind this is basically my cards, you know, it was like I've you know, I've got fucking cards everywhere. Like this office is, it's really bad. Like I'm standing on cards right now, and again, I hate when I do that because it's disrespectful to cards. But anyway, at least I'm being honest about it. So, like say, the days in between Christmas and New Year to me is no man's land. I'm surprised I even got the fucking date there. You know what I mean? It's I just never know what day it is. Never mind what moon. Never know what time. I like this. You know, I like to stay up fucking late and sleep late, and I just basically want to be January. You know what I'm saying? But so whatever, you know, whether it's about the twin flame journey or just not liking this time of year, you know, it's important to detach. Like say, I like to do that majority of the time, but I find just escaping in films helps me. I've done a lot of that yesterday, and it did help. So the other thing is, right, so I finished watching, so I did film one for yesterday. So if that's up, you'll see it, but I might not bother putting it up, but whatever. I'd said I'd watched half of Good Will Hunting, and then so I watched the end of it last night, and it was seemed really significant that it ended on, spoiler alert if you've not seen it, but it ended on, he leaves the guy a note saying if he asks where I am, tell him I'm waiting to see about a girl, and I was getting huge indications that was like a message for a few people, divine feminines, that it was like divine masculines are on their way. You know what I mean? Whether that means like fucking literally on the day, it will be for some people, or and it definitely will be for some people, because I was being drawn to a 27 on the football shirt in the film, and they were they were saying it was significant, so it's important to mention. And also because 2 and 7 is and so I feel it's like, so it's either like literally today things happening. What else are you saying? Yeah, but basically, so the point is, right, the cards fell on the floor, and they were all over the floor in the living room, but that was the only one that was upright, stuck energy. So, but it's like, look, this, whether you're a guy or a woman, boundaries on the bottom. That's funny that I did mention that that's one of the things I talk about. Having sensible boundaries is important. I feel it's because divine masculines are like, either they're having their boundaries tested, whether this is you or your twin flame, or they're going to test yours. And I feel it is because they're in this stuck energy, they're in their dark night of soul, and when it's your twin flame, look deep within your emotions, connection is eternal, unbreakable. These are all Pisces moon things, by the way. Openness, be open to accept divine guidance in your relationships. Power, the power of love is like a magnet drawing souls together. This isn't even the whole deck. Anyway, you get the illusion, that's Pisces energy too. So there's a whole sort of mixed bag going on here, and I'll put that back and see what comes out again, but it felt really significant. Like I say, it just drew my attention. It was the only one upright on the floor drawing my attention. That some of you feel like this, or your twin flame feels stuck in a mud. So I like to say, who the fuck doesn't it at this time of year? And so, I really do feel that the last of, I'm shuffling the sexual tarot, the last of Aquarius moon there was, huge epiphanies, awakening, just spontaneous awakening energy, I feel like. And I've been picking up a lot about drinking that, hadn't I? And that song Numb came on earlier again. So there's just a lot about, like, that's where I feel it would be. Boundaries being pushed. By the way, it's interesting because I was actually feeling a lot better, and then as soon as I've started doing this, I mean, that doesn't hurt or anything, but my throat's going really lodged. So again, this is the divine masculines I'm picking up on that are finding it hard to express their feelings. Is that right? Yeah, because look, that's the Knight of Swords, but again, it's an interesting card. It's like, look, he's just like, that word adorn, it's like he's admiring the divine feminine. But I pulled it in reverse, so it's like wanting to rush in. And that's a slow offer at the best of times anyway, but I pulled it in reverse. Queen of Swords. Again, that always feels like a karmic energy, so it's like past romantic, present romantic, and even if someone isn't with someone, it's just an energy not wanting a union to happen. See, my Scorpio moon is, sorry, not Scorpio moon, my Scorpio placements are being activated with the Pisces moon right now. Emperor in reverse, so again, sometimes that can be a good thing. Like, it can be somebody that's putting their ego kind of down a notch or two. But other times it's like, that's divine masculine. So when we pull it reverse, it's somebody that's been stubborn in their ego, testing the boundaries, not feeling hopeful about their Empress. Look at that. How mental is that? That's twin flames. That's like divine counterparts. King and Queen, the masculine and the feminine, but we're pulling it in reverse. So there's a huge thing going on here about it's everything they've been talking to me about. It's just, it's surrender to prayer is very significant as well, actually. It's like, I would pray for yourself and pray for your union, because it's like they're sort of saying, like, you know, many divine masculines are in quite a low place, and different people do different things to hide that. Give yourself over completely to prayer. When you pray from your heart, you will be heard throughout the universe, and answers and support will arrive. Look at that. Happiest card of the deck. That's twin flame union. That's how it should be. And it will be with these pair. Like, that should be the ultimate happiness. That should be them at their best. So that's what happens when you pray. But right now, look, there's injustice. Oh God, the divine's calling Judgment Day, but it's like, it's in reverse. It's like, look, and this is so what they've been saying to me. Like, look, this is like a passionate new beginning. Very passionate new beginning, exciting new beginnings, but it's in reverse. It's like something's went a bit tits up here. Knight of Wands again, passionate energy, but it's in reverse. They're all in reverse. Oh my God, Two of Cups, true love, in reverse. So it's like, look, a union isn't happening, or it's not happening the way it should, whatever that means. And I feel it's because it's like there's exhaustion. Although that's quite a random fucking card, it's like there's exhaustion going on. Very graphic. Right, let's do. We'll not pull too many of these, but they did pull me them. Oh God, my back's. Right. What do we need to know? Again, do we want to even bother asking the higher self? I keep saying that and it don't happen. It's funny. It's true though. Do we even fucking want to bother with it? Let's do both, right? Let's ask the higher self first. What does the higher self, the twin flame collective, the divine masculines, want to say to their divine feminine? And maybe it'll shed light on what this upside down energy is about. The upside down card. Look, I'm grateful for a spiritual lesson, but it was upside down. It's like everything's a bit upside down right now. And divine masculines are learning their lessons, they're awakening fast. They're oh, that's interesting. I didn't think that, like, they get more information was in the shot. They're getting more information. But I actually feel it's through experience, like just a lot of shit happening in their lives. Reading them to you. Look, I regret lying to you. And this is what I mean. It's like a lot of yous, guys, or guys and girls, or whatever you identify as, are going to be feeling, I think, quite all over the place because your feelings are coming up about whether this is like lying, you know, the whole time about having feelings for someone and not disclosing it, or whether it's like more sort of deeper, darker stuff because we are in a Pisces moon. It's a mixture for people. You came closer than anyone. And that would scare the shit out of someone that's afraid of intimacy, which tends to be divine masculine. And so what does somebody do when they don't want you to get close to them? You know what I mean? They'll be defensive, very defensive, if you try to get close to them. I know I messed up everything, but what's behind that is that I hide behind material things. Like, sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. I can't stop thinking about you, and I wonder if you're happy without me. My life is not together as it seems. I hid who I really am from you. We'll be together again. We'll be together again. I lost myself for a little while, and I left you before you could leave me. Right, okay. I want to feel that way again. So you mean it's like a mixture of, look, I want you. Yeah, some people are doing something about that feeling, wanting to feel that way again. And to me, that just screams sex, you know. I want you. We need to let each other go. But again, that's because they're not feeling good enough. It's my fault, but I blamed you. I want to be more than friends. It's just all very confused. I couldn't get close to me. It's all the same. Very confusing messages. And by the way, I'm excited. I've got like 3 decks of new cards coming. I think they'll arrive maybe in a couple of weeks. And it's wordy ones, so I'm excited about that. Call me sad, but fucking hell, when there's not a whole lot going on in life, knowing that I'm helping people on this weird fucking ride helps me feel good about my life. I looked at 1444 when I said that. Right, okay. So let's ask a specific question. Oh, wait a minute. That was the that was the higher self. Right, this will be interesting. Let's see what the physical self says now. again, this isn't for everyone, but I do know that it's going to make sense to who it's meant. Oh, yeah, I hope that you can forgive me one day, so that, you know, the actual person, whether, you know, whether they're still fast asleep or slowly waking up, they're hoping for forgiveness. That came out in yesterday's, whether I put it up or not, and just being near is intoxicating. But you see, that can be a really hot thing, but it can be really intimidating, can't it? It's like, because when these divine masculines are still, sorry guys when I'm talking about you, and again, I do, when I'm saying guys, like, yeah, it can be women too, but this, again, the ones of late do tend to be the trying to help the men out of the fear energy, basically, you know, the distorted masculine, to move into the divine masculine. But you know, it's about control, and when you're still in the distorted, it's like wanting to have got and somebody making you feel like that is scary. It's, again, they're showing me Good Will Hunting again. If you watch that film, you know, he's pushing her away until he's not. But that's right at the end, right to the end of the film. We'll be together again. That's interesting, because they were pulling my eyes to this card over here that says within a few weeks. So I feel within a few weeks, some people watching this, may actually be together again. Whether that's like, you know, you hook up and, or you talk, or you just, you know, there's some sort of contact there in the physical, or it's like the people that were really healed, and it's like, right, fully blown together, love's young dream, whatever. It's kind of, there's something, this is to do with the full moon in Cancer on the 7th of January. But again, within the next few weeks, that can be any time from now, because I am getting there's something significant about this date. And the 29th too, because it's because of Mercury, we'll get one more, because of Mercury retrograde. Oh, I'm becoming a better person, yeah. So, you know what I mean? It's like, I did say that this was from the physical self, so that, you know, if this is you, you might not say that to your twin flame, or they might not say it to you, divine feminine, but they, you know, they do hope that you can forgive them for how they've been in the past. They hope you know that they feel really strongly about you, and that they want to be together with you properly at some point when they're ready, and they're just healing right now. That's actually really lovely. But again, I am feeling, we both know I'm not for you. See what I mean? It's like unworthiness. Just, that's why I was about to say frustrated energy. That's what I'm feeling. But I can't stop thinking about you. And sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. Oh, God. Good God. Right, okay. Mercury retrograde, it's going to bring up some interesting communications, guys. So again, watch your boundaries, guys and gals. It's easier said than done, that, because yeah, especially when it comes to, because I'm just being drawn to that Ed Sheeran Give Me Love song. It's like, you know, when my blood is drowning in alcohol, like, you know, a lot of divine masculines will reach out through drink, especially because everyone's getting pushed, particularly in this week, you know what I mean? Like, again, not me, but I've been tempted, and I wouldn't be surprised if I don't know, yeah, now that I'm feeling better, I probably will. But it depends, because if I'm on my own, well, I fuck, but if I'm with, like, family or friends, but to be honest with you, again, it's the 27th now. Nah, I mean, I said to I normally do go and hang out with my mum and dad, and before I would have been with a couple of my friends, but now it would really just be me going and getting a scran, you know, getting fed and hanging out with them. And I even said to him, I was like, look, I don't even going to do that, you know what I mean? I just got to, it's just everything feels different this year, and I don't like the energy at New Year's, so it makes me really anxious, like, and just thought for obvious reasons as well, you know what I mean, with the whole sort of fucking kissing someone at midnight, you know what I mean? I always used to cry, and that was long before I didn't do the twin flame. I always just used to, well, it was actually the karmic that had upset me do that, but you know what I mean? It just, it's, yeah, anyway, fun and games. So, you know what I mean? Lots of people do. I mean, quite a lot of my pals with kids, they actually do just fucking all just go, you know what I mean? get to bed. That's funny because they got to 20 minutes and they're saying it's like 8 o'clock, you know, which is a lot of kids' bedtimes. A lot of them do just go to bed, you know what I mean? And it's like they're glad they've got an excuse to not. So actually, if you're lucky enough to be with the one you love, fucking, you know, cuddle up and hide away from the world and do what lovers do. That's a song, I'm sure. Or I'd be fucking getting away to a fucking log cabin or something, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but just do something that's you, you know, just be true to you. Right, what do we need to know about whatever? The moon is secrets, changes in your life. So yeah, there's changes going on in your life, whether you're a divine feminine, divine masculine, whether you're a man or woman, whatever you identify. There's big changes. It's to do with the Capricorn new moon, because Capricorn new moon is karma, it's your calling, it's your life purpose, it's your career, it's destiny, fated events, and the particularly, what was it again? Saturn with the moon, Saturn conjunct the moon last night was fated, you know, sort of just, yeah, it's all of it, it's all fated energy right now, so pay attention to where you're being catapulted to. But like I say, if it was, it's, you know, oh yeah, and actually, and last night it was Aquarius moon, the high degrees of, so it's totally like, expect unexpected, big changes. A sincere wish will be granted. So there's, I think that's for someone that feels like there's a lot of shitty change going on and you feel like something's not going to happen, but it is. You're on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. Do you know what I was drawn to when it says some aspect of your life? So it's like, I feel somebody's going to connect with this is like, oh, it really doesn't fucking feel like it. Sorrow over a loss, see what I mean? It's like somebody's had some kind of heartbreak, whether it's romantic, and if it's a twin, it would be somebody breaking their heart, like a karmic. And then there's confusion around going towards a twin, and that is very like actually the film I watched yesterday, so maybe I do need to publish that. Or it's like sorrow over like a loss of money or just friendship, something like that. Yeah, why is there stuck energy for divine masculines that are going to connect with this? Dragon, they're slaying dragons. Beware of self-delusion, kidding themselves. So trigger alert, but you're kidding yourself on. And remember, this is the 12th house. Pisces moon is the 12th house of confusion and illusion. So just, this feels like beware of self. This feels like escaping in some way, whether it's drink, drugs, sex, rock and roll, whatever you choose to escape into. Just make sure, you know, basically just be wary. As if anyone's going to fucking listen at this time of year, but yeah, be wary if you're watching this real time. 27th, 28th, that the Pisces moon is a really bad time for people drinking, because it's, you could just fall into a bottomless pit. Birth or conception of a child of God. That's like what I picked up on yesterday. So again, it could be that like, and I'm saying, oh God, I mean like children are amazing, but I'm feeling like it could be like unwanted pregnancy. Do you know what I mean? Like unplanned pregnancies. That's obviously not for everyone, but it is for someone, because that was in that film. Except that wasn't unwanted anyway, but or it's just something to do with a new beginning. Getting together with friends. Maybe your friend's got fair hair, dealings with a relationship with a man with blonde or grey or white hair. Or maybe actually that could just be careful, you know, just be careful out there if you're a man. I'm not using the term that folk used the other day, but you know what I'm saying? Just be careful if you're not wanting a baby, because Jupiter in Aries is expanding that for people that do. You're on the road to success, and I suppose that would be why, you know what I mean? Just make sure you're being sensible. Women too, but you know what I mean? It's fun, yeah, celebration, fun, and joy. Like, this is tankard, it's drink. It's like they're saying it for a reason. Like, have fun, but make sure that you're being responsible with drinking and whatever. Heartache over what you no longer have, and I feel that's heartache over. That's the heartache. That's the divine masculine's heartache over a twin. Oh yeah, look. But look, reconciliation, but perhaps it's like feeling like that can't happen for whatever reason, which we know is not the case, but that's, you know, that's what a lot of them think, because they're in their own shite. Sorry, but it's true. Right, so where is the divine masculine collective? And wait a minute, I've just done the divine masculine. Let's use the tea leaf cards and do divine feminine. Where's divine feminine as this counterpart in the physical? Older woman deals with a relationship with an older woman. What about the older woman? Temptation will test you. Oh god, I'm getting a really specific message here, right? And now here's a dark woman deals with a relationship with a dark woman complexion. Opportunity or a windfall. I think something it's like divine feminines are being tested, and it's like I pulled a spell on you. I'm hearing that, but it's like there's a family curse or a generational curse, something like that, from either divine masculine side or divine feminine. It's not everyone, but it's like something about the family lineage, because I'm just looking at like an older woman going to a younger, and it's something about like divine feminines being sent tests, whether it's like temptation of your masculine, but it's not ideal because they're in a dark place basically. You know, if you're not, great, but a lot of divine masculines are, and I just looked at 27 minutes and it's the 27, like, right, and that would mean right now. You know, a lot of divine masculines are not in a good place right now. So therefore, you know what I mean? It's like some divine feminines, it's like, look, the temptation will test you. It's like, now what's the temptation? Recognition, reward for merit. There's some sort of windfall or abundance, something coming in. I feel it's like reward. Again, so this is what it's kind of interesting. I was saying it. It's like I feel something. This is about reconciliations happening, whether it's union or reunion. Like, so there could be, you hear from your twin, but it's obvious they're not feeling the best. And they could, you know, you could be tempted to go there, and you might. It's, you know, it's a personal call, but it's, there's something else. But there's good stuff happening anyway, whether it's to do with love or money or success. A period of ill health and depression. I think that's why it's, oh wow, I think that's why it's being careful about if it's a twin, because it's like, if it's, you know what I mean, if you're wanting more and like they're coming in kind of wanting to hook up and then they fuck off again, that's why I say there's a difference between union and reunion. That could put you in a period of ill health. Depends how much work you've done on yourself. Look, but it could also be pretty exciting. It depends how much work you've done on yourself. It depends how you feel in the moment. Because the difference is, I always say, it's like, if it's not your divine masculine, you're at this point in the journey, that would be a different kind of temptation, which I do feel is, well, it is coming divine feminine's way. I know. Even if it hasn't yet, mark my words, come back and tell me if you are getting people kind of coming around you that aren't your, whether it's your masculine and, but like, you know, more than your masculine, because they're feeling that divine feminine energy. Yeah, I suppose just beware of temptation, whether it's your masculine not in a good place and it's your call, or whether it's other guys. Which, if you want your masculine, then that's, you know, it seems pretty obvious to point out, like, that's what unconditional love is, you know what I mean? You don't fucking get fed off of them and go for someone else. And you could be like, oh, that's what they done, but it's a spiritual journey, you know what I mean? They're meant to do that, to wake up, to realise that they don't want them and they want you. Fucked up, I know. Tell me about it. Beware of great pride. That's well, to be fair, it's on divine feminine side, but they're saying it's for both. It's like, yeah, oh, that makes sense. Don't let pride get in the way. If you want a bit of excitement with the temptation that is your twin, and again, who am I? Do what you want. If you want a bit of temptation with someone that's not your twin, you're going to do what you're going to do too. But don't feel the divine would ever encourage you down that way, and I certainly wouldn't. Look, because I'm an angel. But I'd be a bad girl for him. Spiritual guidance, protection from harm, like, because you're protected from harm. There's a lot of spell work lifting, you know what I mean? And but you see, that's what that older woman. There's stuff. There's still people trying to stop this from coming about. Dealings with a relationship or older man, and look, this is it's and so it's sometimes it's someone specific doing stuff, right? But and the thing is, I'm going like, oh my god, because I seen a meme earlier, and it was someone saying people think spell work is this, and it had like a demonic looking woman, scary eyes and stuff, and someone was like, but, and the picture was like, but in reality it's actually like this, and it was like really old women at church. So do you know what I mean? It's just sort of saying it's like that can be a generational curse. Like, it's always been done this way, so we'll just keep doing it. Hidden secrets that can harm you. So just plenty of material things. Just beware, divine feminine, because we are in the Pisces moon, and my Pluto's. This is where I go psychic detective, but it's like there's something you need to get more information about. And like, seriously, I am picking that up. It is something to do with like too much concern over sexual matters. So it might even be that like, look, like you can have your excitement with your twin flame, but if they're having a whole load of excitement with a whole load of other people, well, I certainly wouldn't want to be getting involved with that. Do you know what I mean? But look, a change for the better. Money or property, through an inheritance, winning or windfall. There's good things coming. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. Happiness and well-being. But I feel that would be the divine feminines. If you get frustrated with your divine masculine and them, either lack of them not showing up, as in literally they're just nowhere to be seen, or they ghost share, whatever, or they're not showing their feelings, because they don't tend to show their feelings. Some are I can't think of another word than worse, but yeah, some are worse than others. Like, they'll just give you absolutely fuck all when really they love you a bit. And so you could be like, oh fuck, I want someone that's actually going to show me that they love me, or they at least care about me, or they at least fucking get in touch, and whatever. But then that wouldn't, if you're a divine feminine, it wouldn't make you happy, because it's not really who you want. Look, who you want is the divine masculine, the sun, happiness and well-being. And they're in their dark night of the soul right now. There's a few that aren't, but most of them are. Right, okay, anyway. This has already been 33 minutes, which is divine masculine. Oh, look. Slowly but surely getting ahead. That's divine masculines. You need to defend yourself. So both twins need to defend themselves. Pay attention to your finances, because people are doing work to stop you getting money. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. This is Capricorn energy. You've got to like put the work in right now. Pay attention to your work. That's funny. Dissatisfaction with life again. So it's, oh my god, look, broken ring, parting of ways in either romance or business. And yes, that is karmic breakups that are going on for some, but I actually feel that is both twins. A bit of unhappiness is what I actually fucking miserably picked up for Christmas Day and Christmas Eve, wasn't it? It's like, again, this does feel like mirror energy, cracked cup, broken ring. It's like, oh, it's not the best, is it? Like, there's a gap here, an energetic gap, a literal gap. Something feels like it's not going the best. Period of frustration, lessons to be learned yet. And it's Mercury retrograde, and then, because that comes in 2 days. So the thing is, the good news is if you did get contact around like today is something the 27th, or like last night, like, or the night before, or whatever. People say Merry Christmas and whatever. That's good, because if you see your twin before Mercury retrograde, before the 29th, even if it's slow, like that tortoise thing, you can be sure that what they wanted to contact you, you know. Whereas if anything after the 29th, and to be honest with you, even if you're like, so say like you got a Merry Christmas or something, and that would be a massive deal if for twins that haven't spoke for years and whatever, but it's like, if it's after the 29th, that's when everything's a bit kind of tits up, and so communication might be extra frustrating and confusing, and it is with twins anyway, because the whole mirroring thing and mirroring your traumas and all that fun. Yeah, so for basically for like the next month, yay, that's what I'm going to be picking up on in the energy, and so just to be aware if, you know, if that's you. But there's lessons to be learned. It's patience. It's teaching you patience. Like, that's why they're saying it. It's like, look, I'm going to shuffle those cards to clarify too, but like a lot of the divine masculines, I would say all of them basically, the collective of divine masculines, the world is going through a dark night of soul. I've seen it in the men that I love around me. I've seen it in yeah, I've just seen it all around, you know. That's why I saged my dad the other day. Do you know what I mean? He's not always up for that, but he was up for it. And I always laugh at the thought of whenever that moment's divinely timed. I don't think my twin flame would let me do that somehow. Just imagine me but a guy. Probably even more blunt, depending on the mood. Waiting for news, package or letter. Yeah, you see, and it's like you will be. In Mercury retrograde, you could be waiting a long time. So like somebody might pop up, might have popped up around Christmas, and then they just completely fuck off. You know what I mean? There'll be no Happy New Year, there'll be no Happy New Year's kiss away, and then they pop up again the end of January or something. It's because of Mercury retrograde. But just be wary, because a lot of them will come in, and it's like if they do, it's, you know, have fun with it. What's the advice said actually? It's like have fun with it, but just be aware they could be chopping and changing, you know, a lot in their mind and their moods, and you got to be robust enough to handle that, you know what I mean? But you'll have been taught on the journey, you know what I mean? You will have, if you think about it, you will have, you know, this is why they've made me just pull that. It's like surrender to prayer, keep praying, because a lot of these divine masculines are just that. Is again, that's why I'm getting drawn to the songs Don't Wake Me Up. They're not, oh shit, wait a minute, they want me to show you the cards I pulled on the app earlier, because it was about awakening. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming, and to me that's this too will pass. Yeah, look, they're in the caterpillar stage. Divine masculines are in the caterpillar stage. Could look fucking messy, and or they just basically don't want to be bothered. Don't bother them. If they come and bother you, personal call, but like, don't bother them, you know what I mean? Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Position of authority, they're being, you know, ascended into who they really came here to be. Time to go out and have some fun. And that's funny, because basically, yeah, some divine masculines will be going out and having fun and drinking their problems away, which is fun for a time, but it's not going to solve your problems, is it? Right, this energy is kind of heavy, so I'm definitely going to get, oh wait a minute, right, so, because I can't be arsed posting it, I'll just post this. Right, so I was led to pull cards for Divine Feminine, and this is rather lovely. Eternal connection, spend time with your twin soul. Again, this could be literally, or it's for most people it's going to be energetically, and even if you do see them in the physical, even that even goes for people that it's like your boyfriend, girlfriend, your husband, wife, still, you know, heal them in the astral, because you can see this is a yin yang, it's a fire and water kind of whatever opposites. So dear one, in order for your twin flame connection to develop and progress in the most positive way possible, it would greatly benefit you if you spent time with your twin on the non-physical planes. Basically means energetically. This will strengthen the connection, uplift your energies, and harmonise your dynamic. And that's why they're telling me that, you know, there could be reunion, like time to go out and have fun. If people, there could be like you could just randomly bump into them somewhere, or you get a call out the blue and they want to see you, and it's because if they're going through a dark night of soul and they need healing and they're not going to get the healing, well, you know, most divine feminines are a healer in some sort of way. And even if you're not, like, you don't do it for do it, it's like you heal each other. And it's you'll be led to each other to balance the energy out. But then again, you might not see them for a while. But then it just depends. If somebody can't get you out their head at night and they can put their pride aside to let you know that and want to see you. Justice, I thought it was Empress. But yeah, that's why I feel there's always a deeper reason why you would be put together with your twin. It's kind of reminded me when I've said, like, you know, over the past fucking million years, the times I've seen him, it has been from afar, and it's like, and then I have went on to have a fucking terrible night, and it's not his fault, it's because we're twin flames and he triggers my wounds. And again, I don't know what kind of day or night he had, you know, when he's seen me these times, but I dare say it probably would have been something along the same lines, you know, like probably drinking too much and then, you know, trying to escape into, well, you know what I mean, if he's single other women, or like, you know, if he's with some, whatever, you know what I mean, just who knows. That's a bit that I don't know about me personally, but I just know that, like, it's every single time, yeah, it's like it puts you into a really bad place, and that's why it's confusing, because you think, well, fuck, is that not karmic? And it's like, no, it's the twin flame journey is intense, and that's why many, you know, that's why many people get confused until both people are willing to look at those deeper wounds, and it needs to be both. Stuff will keep coming up to be looked at. You're very different. That's basically what I'm trying to say. You're really different. Like, again, it's been that long with me and mine. It's, you know, it's difficult to say, but from what I know, it's from what I remember, it's we're very different with some things, and then we wouldn't argue, but it would just be kind of bicker. Like, you know, it's kind of some kind of weird kind of tension. Yeah. Anyway, but it's like but in other ways, I just feel when he's not full of shit, we're really similar. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. So you might resonate with what I'm saying, but then he would say the same about me. You know what I mean? Anyway, so this will strengthen the connection, uplift your energies, and harmonise your dynamic. It will help activate awakening in the unawakened runner. You see, and that's why I was like, wow, because that's what the downloads that I was getting and the signs I was being led to is. You might hope, or you might even feel, that if you're someone that has really awakened, that your twins been secretly doing the work and they're awakened. Not necessarily. As I've said before, for the past year, really the past 2 years, I've had several readings from lots of different amazing people, and it was really all really strongly resonant. You know, you just feel it in your bones, and there's absolutely fuck all sign of it in the physical. So what it means is it's just he's not caught up to the bit that they're channeling. And it's particularly, there's one that I remember, it was like I was feeling really low and I was just randomly found this girl who was doing readings, and long story short, yeah, she just, you know what I mean, just really read what our connection to a T. And but it's so funny because I know he's not there right now, but he will be. Look for a sign, you know, and you'll get wee signs in the physical that someone's heading that way. But yeah, a lot of the divine masculines they're waking up, but it's a little bit like, I think I used this analogy before, it's a little bit like if you woke somebody up and they were in a deep sleep, they're going to be in a bad mood, most people, you know what I mean? So fucking go easy there, along with the don't wake me up song that keeps hounding me. But then you've got the other one that's like, could you please remind me, you know what I mean? It's like, I want to wake up, but I'm not sure I do. It's scary, it's change. They're so on a soul level, they're fucking terrified, basically. It's because it's intimacy, and let's see if the intimacy card comes out. And then divine feminines, you know, depending on how much work you've done, and even if you have done a lot of work, I don't make a secret about that. It is, intimacy is scary, you know what I mean? It's like, fuck, especially if they're not showing you a lot of affection. doesn't exactly make you want to really give to somebody that's like pieing you, does it? But you've got to see through it. Because they'll come around when they're meant to. It will help activate awakened and unawakened runner twin flame, and it will help you understand there's true feelings for you, no matter what ego fears they may be displaying it in the physical. So again, if somebody's being quite cold, or if they are around you, or if they're being cold in the sense, you know, you've got absolutely no contact, spending time with your twin soul is a miracle worker for the connection. This is why I say it's important to do twin flame meditations, or just sit in your own meditation. And again, I am going to get around to doing more now that my health is definitely getting there. And again, I know I'd said to some of the ladies that I was doing a video reading for that I'd hoped to get them done for Christmas. That didn't happen, but just know it will be the first thing on my to-do list come January now. I might get them done before that, but they'll let me know when it's time. But like I say, I'm not fully back to feeling like I'm meant to be tapping in for individual, because it's a different kind of energy. Right, anyway, blah, blah, blah. So you may ask, how do you do it? It's all about intention. When you think intently about your twin soul, when you visualise yourself talking with them, when you feel yourself touching them, you are really doing it. And I mean, it can feel really real when you're a twin flame. And then it's like, you know, that's manifesting. And then before you know it, it is really real and they're really there. It's happening on the non-physical planes. To spend time with your twin soul, really all you have to do is interact with them as if they're physically present. However, it will help you get started on a positive note if you spend some quiet time focusing on your breathing, relaxing your thoughts. This will help you open up to experiencing them reacting to you in return. Otherwise, you may think you're just imagining things. Trust us, you're not. And trust me, you really aren't, right? Like, the signs will come at you personally. And that's why, again, or they'll come through people like me. Like when I said that, they pulled me into the end of the film where it's like, I'm going to see about a girl. Somebody's going to see about a girl, you know what I mean? Somebody's went to see about a girl for some, you know what I mean? But in order for you to notice the truth of the interactions, calm your mind, find a quiet place, and begin like this. Spend a few minutes relaxing yourself, and then approach your counterpart. When done regularly, this can blow open your connection in a new way. Remember, your imagination is the only limit. Ashen are correct to take a step back. When you do this work, know that what you see, hear, feel with your physical senses is only a tiny part of your existence. But that, oh God, there's more. That's what's so confusing. It is like the physical person can really not be giving it too much of that. Do you know what I mean? When you interact with your twin flame like this, you're interacting. Oh, wait a minute, have I just read that? Yeah, you're interacting in the non-physical planes, and this can truly help your physical world connection blossom too. Now remember, because I'm a shaman, it's soul retrieval I do. This is what I do in personal sessions, and it is crazy, you know, whether it's something to do with your twin flame. Like, I remember it was actually last Christmas helping somebody. It was like they were visualising her and her twin having a drink at Christmas Eve. And then it literally did happen like that, you know. So say we'd done that like a few weeks before, a few months, and then it was crazy how it all sort of unfolded. Just, you know, put it out there and then let go of how it happens. But again, what I'm saying is I'm just sort of buffering it, that it doesn't always, it's not always like somebody coming at you fucking with the I love you and the roses and all that pish, you know what I mean? It's listen, all that pish, I'd fucking love that, but you know what I mean? It can be a bit underwhelming, you know what I mean? Like the effort that's been, and it's because they don't want to show you that they're afraid, and they're afraid of losing you. Fucked up, I know. This card can also indicate that your counterpart's soul is interacting with you, but you are unaware of it because of your mental busyness. So again, take the time in the stillness. They're there trying to talk to you and show you their love for you, and they definitely will be in the energetic, because if they're not showing you in the physical, it's like the energy part of them, their soul will try even harder to be like, don't pay attention to how I'm acting or not doing anything, you know what I mean? Weird, but you'd know if you're a twin flame. They're there trying to talk to you, blah blah blah, trying to help you move forward into blissful love on all levels. Like another indication in this card is your counterpart is enjoying you interacting with them. They want more and are encouraging you to keep going. Good hell, that sounds a bit dirty. awakening. So this was the Divine Masculines card. This is why I'm sharing this. Again, it's like I do post these ones now again, but it's like I don't... for a while I was pulling one every day, but it's... this is on fucking on point. Like, this means, like, and again, look, it's a woman, but that's personally feels like, I mean, it feels like personally, like, that is for Divine Masculine men, I feel. It's going to, if it does resonate with women, let me know, but this could be you going through this as a woman or a man as well, but look, becoming conscious of the soul's infinite light, and that's why lots of people are going to be coming towards as Mercury retrograde, because Mercury retrograde is about the past as well, remember. Past lives or knowing them in the past. Dear one, you may already know this deep down. You're in the process of awakening. I know shit, Sherlock. I think people have noticed they're feeling like shit. Becoming more aware of your soul self and what exists beyond physical reality, aligning with your divine self. What is going on around and inside you right now has to do with this process. As you awaken, as scheduled by your soul before life. So it's like when I said in one of the videos recently, I agreed to properly wake up even further because I was already very spiritual. 2010 was when I was activated with the twin flame journey with him, but it's like 2012 was like, you know, that real heightened awareness of the journey, like utter despair and heartbreak, which is where a lot of them are now, or going to be. And then, you know, and then, yeah, and my twins agreed to wake up 10 years later. Fucking mental, isn't it? But there's people that are later. And like I say, I'm actually feeling he's in the stirring, is what, from the songs that I get, you know, like, not... Well, put it this way, I would say if he's fully awakened to it, he's doing a really good job of making out like he's clueless, you know what I mean? But again, if I want to be a good actor, I can be, so he can be too, but it's one of the two, you know, like, not getting it fully yet. But he you know, we both, I mean, he does know that we've always had a connection, but it's when it hits you deep like that, it's full blown. You won't be able to keep them away. What is going on around you, inside you right now? And that'll be overwhelming if you've had a divine masculine that's quite cold and cut off and not really letting you know their feelings, which that is mine. From what I remember, it's like he just knew that I knew that he fancied me and that, but we weren't, you know, telling each other our deeper feelings and all that. So it's that would be really weird for me. Be fucking really nice too, and I welcome it, but it would be weird. Right. So becoming more of what is going on around and inside you right now has to do with this process. As you awaken as scheduled by your soul before life, the old layers of human identity, emotions, program, perceptions, belief begin to fall away. By the way, it's quite funny because the new Matrix is on through there in the living room, and I just caught the bit. Oh, that's significant. What was it she says again? He says, but I think it's like she's the divine masculine in the film. If you watch it, he says, she always believed in me. Now it's my time to believe in her. And so you can take that whatever way you want it to. It should be about each other, basically. But I feel it's about the divine masculines that are in a dark place, and however that's showing itself, whether you're witnessing it in the physical or not, you can feel it, and it could be, it will be affecting you energetically, and possibly physically. You know, you could get, I mean, you've seen when I get ill, it's definitely because he's not good. But well, part of it is basically what I'm saying. And also because I'm a collective channel for more than just me and him, but yeah, believe in them. You know what I mean? If you got through your hard time, they'll get through theirs. But you can still have your boundaries if they're, you know, not coming correct or kind of. It just depends. It's different dynamics with different people. Because I'm just keep laughing at that because my twin flames are cheeky. Sorry, I nearly swore. But like, I mean, the strong one. But he's cheeky. I mean, I like the cheek, but you mean sometimes they can fucking really push it. And you won't change that much. Peaceful resolution. Right. But I mean, I'm cheeky too, but I think we're cheeky in a different way, but maybe we aren't. Maybe people think I'm a cheeky. It's all in good humour. What I'm saying is he always had it. He had quite a... He could say it and you'd think he's not joking, but he is. That's basically what I'm saying. And it always used to confuse you. But maybe it's just because I'm more sensitive to him because it's him. But whatever. Right, so... this can often be very uncomfortable. That's when, you know, your programming beliefs are falling away. It often involves a dark night of the soul as you begin to feel dissatisfied and even downhearted in terms of the world, other people, and what you feel the future hold for you. And that's what I'm saying, is this is complicated, because when divine masculines are going through that in the dark night of soul, and they're also waking into how strongly they feel about their twin flame, like dark night of soul, you see, it's like, it is a personal call. Like, I'm always on guard that whenever my twin wants, you know, needs me or wants to see me, I'm going to, you know, I'm going to be there to listen. But if he's not if he's not willing to look at what he needs to look at and heal what he needs to heal, we're just going to annoy the fuck out of each other. Do you know what I mean? So it's better to kind of, you know, just has that type of say, like, if he wants to, and this is the thing, but it's like, I'd imagine being my twin flame, he's going to be, you know, he's going to be getting to it at some point. But they can be a bit stubborn about getting about it, so you'll know for yours. Anyway, please be patient with yourself, as this is, above all, a process of allowing the human patterns to fall away, to be pushed to the surface in your system, bit by bit, so that you can cleanse out the old material, allow your eternal self to shine forth in pure light once more. Enlightenment, the knowing of oneness of all things, the knowing that only love and unity is truth. Awakening to reality beyond the veil of perception, to the eternal nature of the soul, can be uncomfortable and scary. It's heavy too. The truth is, you have always been a being of light. You have merely worn the mask of human identity. That's important, divine masculines, because I pulled behind a mask in the other video. And I might pull it again because I'm going to use that deck. So know this, nothing bad is happening. You're just in the process of returning to the eternal reality of light. It's natural to question things in this period. We are with you. Listen to your system's messages about what you feel ready for and drawn to. And what they're drawn to is the feminines, some of them. And some of them are like, fuck, no, I can't go to them when I'm feeling like this. If you need a break, take some time to focus on your human pursuits again. Try to calm your mind and meditate regularly, as this helps bring you into alignment with your inner truth. That was a nice wee picture I saw today as well. May you attract someone who speaks your language so that you don't have to spend a lifetime translating your soul. And that's actually hilarious with what I said, because I do, like, energy wise, when my twin is at his best, I just feel, well, we're the same energy, I feel it. But at the same time, when I think back to how we could rub each other up the wrong way, it's just, I just more laugh at it, you know what I mean? But he could do my nutting at times. I say that all the time, but it's true. But I'll annoy him too. Your twin flame does annoy you. Until you're ready to take, they do annoy you. Weird. But you fancy a fuck out of them. Right, so, and you love them unconditionally. What do we need to know? Couple of cards for divine masculine, then divine feminine. I'm going to end this. Divine masculine. Oh, transfer. Oh my god. Well, look at that, guys. I mean, I started off. Oh, but it's in reverse. Oh, that's good. So look, we started off with me being drawn to it because Spirit had picked it on the floor. You know what I mean? It'd fallen over. And that could be like you literally falling over, like, or your twins falling over, you know, not feeling the best. Transformation, going through the dark night of the soul, and stuck energies in reverse. So it's almost like this is what everyone has to go through, you know, if you're like, they're going through their transformation and they're coming out the stuck energy, and then they'll move in their higher self when they let go of what no longer serves them. It's a milestone and a great achievement, something to look forward to. And then they'll not be following the status quo, because twin flames are here to do that, and not follow it. But until then, you, again, oh, this is, look, until then, you could have, look, someone coming back and forth, which I didn't allow. Oh, well, it depends. I didn't allow him to do that in the past. And I'm not exactly wanting to fucking put that out there that I would want it now, but it just depends, you know what I mean? It just depends your own journey. Yeah. Fear. The healing light is helping heal the fear in the divine masculines, and you're part of that. And at the end of the day, do you want that? Because it will lead to that, but there could be a lot of shit before that, is what I'm feeling. Oh look, I just got to 1 hour new beginnings. 1 is new beginnings. Right, where's the divine feminine to go with that? This divine fem's in a fucking cup of tea. Aye, milestones, but look, it's in reverse. It's like something's in the process of coming to a conclusion, and it's because of this, because you still feel your twin in a victim mentality, you know, so it kind of holds you back and it makes you feel fragmented because you know that the loving man is not feeling the best. This is what came out the day, and it's your true love. That's really lovely. Look, and it's, look, and divine feminines, that's all they want. They want their loving man or loving woman to not be in that and reach their own, but they have to reach their own personal milestones. You can't do it for them. But they want, you know, you want true love with your man or woman. You want the kindred partnership. It's made me feel a bit emotional. I think I'm going to go now. Oh, right, so we'll pull 2 more. Right, so 2 more for divine masculine. Oh, I normally do divine feminine first, don't I? Divine masculine is a gardener. Okay. Maturity, but it's in reverse. So again, I feel it's like pulling the weeds from the garden, pulling the weeds from their mind, the stuck energy. And they are maturing, because I pulled that for the divine feminine the other day. Like, look, this guide's trying to help them. And you, again, you could be a woman, divine masculine, and what's on the bottom, commitment. Because it's trying to help them grow up. Look, and the full moon is on the 7th of January. So for some twins that are ready for it, things could be coming about before the 7th of January, on the 7th of January, around that. Look, we've got the gardener, and there's the garden. I'm definitely sure there's some kind of dirty innuendo there, but the gardener's coming for the garden. Boundaries, though. Oh, and there definitely is an intimacy. So just have your, oh look, okay, there, have your boundaries around what you're okay with. Because divine feminine is one, you know, that you want somebody that's going to protect you. Eventually, you know, you, well, right away, but you know, you want someone that's going to love you, nurture you, protect you. Put about 10 million candles in the bath. No, fuck, that's a fire hazard. But you know what I'm saying? You want somebody to feel safe. They look like they feel safe. And that's why you've got divine feminines that are like protecting themselves fiercely, and in the fucked up world we live in, protecting themselves from their masculine a lot of the time, because the masculine shows up not so well, wearing a mask, you know, like with all the toxic traits of being too controlling and whatever else. And therefore you can retaliate by being a distorted feminine, but that's what they've, you know, it's because that's what they've been around. Fucking hell. Right. Divine mask. Wait a minute, that, now I'm confused. That was divine masculine, so this is divine feminine. Self-respect. See, it makes sense. So remember, it's important you have your self-respect. And it'll be different for different people, because they're learning boundaries from you. And they will push you. Because mine always pushed me. And I know he'll push me in the future as well. Self-respect, because look, spontaneous, happy accidents are going to happen. Oh god, that made it sound like something else. But you know, it's like, you could just sort of hear from them out the blue, or especially because the stag is divine masculine energy too, it's like bump into them. But it might lead to resolving a conflict, and it, you know, it could happen right at that time, or it might lead to something further down the line. Because this card always feels challenging, because he's in a dark place, right, and she's trying to heal him with empathy, love, compassion, understanding. But if someone's not in the mood to be hit, they'll be like, fuck off. And that's why, let me tell you, I wouldn't go fucking bothering him unless I felt it was serious. Because, yeah, as Divine Masculines go, I just feel, yeah, he could not appreciate that anyway. But at the same time, you know, they do appreciate it if they're down. And anyway, God, the energy is really Capricorn. It's quite tough. Forgiveness, you know, because ultimately, even if you can act quite cold to one another, game face it, you know, forgive yourself, forgive them. And before you know it, you've got a man coming towards you. Maybe he'll take, you know, maybe they'll be 45. My one better not be fucking taking that long. I'll be fucking, I'll have moved country and gave up by then. Oh my God, walking away. Well, 27th, like somebody could be, you could be a Divine Masculine walking away from a situation on the 27th. Or it could be Divine Feminines walking away because somebody isn't offering the love. Like, but where are they going to walk to? It's no fucking me anyway, do you know what I mean? I've been fucking, look, the loving woman. Yeah, it is something about that. The loving woman's like, lost that love and feeling, doesn't feel it's a happy success, but she's honouring the path and taking the steps that she's guided to take because she's committed to peace. And look, the love on the horizon, twin flames. Decrease in families there as well, by the way. So it could be as well, it's like, look, doesn't take a genius to work out. The longer it takes for that to happen, families aren't having it. Of course, some Divine Masculines might even want kids and that, but kindred partnership. But again, if it's your twin flame and you want stuff like that, they want that as well. That's right. Anyway, so I'm going to go because I'm fucking shattered. So enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll see you tomorrow whenever I'm guided to, or I might leave it till after the new year. See you later.